Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here taking a quick look at our new locomotive, new oldie anyway. It is number 401. It obviously is a Heisler. So turned around and picked that up to replace Montezuma. This thing just obviously, we pushed it to its limits with two cars. It has brought enough cordwood to get us going, which is making us money, but it's definitely got to go. So the Heisler has been selected for the upgrade, but we obviously have to get a little bit more, few more cars for rolling stock. Little low on the money, so we are going to be out making a money run today, or at least our best effort at a money run. Yards have been working out great up here, have to say. Actually, we are actually getting a fair bit of use out of that. So, been using several lanes, so can't complain with the holding. One thing I do have to say that I noticed with the mogul that we got, and I have no idea how this happened, but the front door is gone. So obviously you get doors, and I know that I had opened that door, but the door is gone. So it's like, dude, where's my door? But it's gone. And just so like everybody knows, it's not just me being crazy. When you go look at a new Cook mogul, at least maybe it is me being crazy, but I don't know. As far as I know, it should have a door on both sides. I'm pretty sure I had that door open, and somehow now the door is gone. And like looking at a new one, there's the door. So, doors on both sides. So if you got a Cook mogul and you have two doors, let me know, whatever. I'm just saying, my door is gone. So you can see it's not up here. So it's like, dude, where's my door? But my door is gone, and I'm pretty sure it had a door, so I don't know where it went or how it went or whatever else, but there you go. So, whatever. Alright, let's get up. I know I can get this to let me in here. There we go. Alright, we are going to throw some wood in this thing. Definitely got to get it going down the rail. Moving iron. Yeah, like I'll take the door off the back and put it up front, but I want my door out. Like I was driving it and I'm looking along, and I'm like, something's wrong. Like there's no door, and there is no door. Like it's gone. I want my door back. Alright, let's see if we can get out of here. Get this thing going. Alright, we got wood, we got water, we got heat, we got all that good stuff. Get that going. Head on out. Been sitting here chilling for a minute. Is there pressure dropping? No, we're doing alright. Fire temps coming up. Stuff's all working. We're going good. Alright, there we go. So we are now at least underway. Working down the rail. Yeah, I still it's awkward without the door, and there you go, Yeah, I just noticed it because it's kind of weird. And like I've driven it along everywhere where I've been with it. I don't just see the door hanging out or nothing anywhere. So I don't really know what that is. If you've ever lost a door on a locomotive, let me know in the comments down below. I mean, I know back in the day they used to come off and they'd be floating alongside the rail or something. But that's a whole different thing. Like that's not, I've never just had one straight disappear and be removed. So there you go. We do have ventilation on this loco though, because we're missing a door. And we stepped up the cars, so we have 5 hoppers now. This is actually going to be the first load with 5. That was a new purchase. Oh, that was the wrong one. That was a new purchase with this run. So hopefully that'll, help us out and we can still make it up the hill. I'm pretty sure we can. We were still accelerating pretty easy with 4 or stuff like that. Definitely not having a hard time. So the utmost confidence that Cook can get that done. Sides were a little lighter, a little faster. No door. You know? It's like old school car mentality. Take a door off. Go faster. I don't know. No. Lighter weight. Should go faster, right? Falls a little more now. Probably not, but alright, let's get this going. I guess we could call it that because we crashed it on its first run. Maybe that's what cost us the door. The door left there. Maybe the door left what we crashed. I don't think there's a way to fix it though. Like, obviously I've been in and out of the game plenty of times, so it isn't gonna, you know, just come back because I reload the game or something. So I'm not exactly sure if I'll ever get the day to put a door back on this loco, or if it's just gonna be doorless its whole career, but we'll see how that goes. Can't really go too fast right here because we're just going to start picking up speed anyway. And then we got to deal with that. Usually it's somewhere in here. We just got to kind of set a little bit of a brake. It's like 7% brake or something in that hole. Maybe not. Maybe we need more than that. I don't know. I think it's around 7-8%, something like that, and it holds the speed in enough running down the hill. What it's, I think is what I've been running. I don't know. You get it down when you run 3 or 4 runs in a row, and then you're like, then you forget. But then too, we added a car, so that might change our brake situation too. Have to actually take that into account. That's what's going on. That's probably why we're running on touch. Probably should have set it at 8. Would have been great. 10's too high. I just want 8, and I can't get it. Now we're coming out to flatten out anyway, so it does look like 7's gonna work. We don't need as much brake now anyway. Should be just fine. Running right on the edge of speed. But we're looking to cover some ground. That is the goal. Chopping a brake, hitting the gas, and choking down on this thing so we can get all we can get out of it for this part of the run. There we go. Moving along, heading by the sawmill. Do have to say I like the way the look of the track lays in there, especially at a distance. It just kind of looks like it naturally flows along kind of nice, so happy with the look of this layout so far. Nice gentle sweeping curves and stuff like that, low track, kind of happy with it. Runs nice, so far the runs are pretty cool, mainline anyway, liking that. This has got to be one of my favorite runs, to be honest, overall, that in any of the layouts is this one. It's nice, you get to cruise along, you got to change a few things here and there. You can get a little more out of it if you want, but you don't have to turn around and babysit it the entire way either. With, you know, we do have the one dead man's curve coming down, but we've kind of worked out a, you know, decent braking situation there, so things are working out. Layout's coming together. getting ready to move on now, but we definitely wanted to secure the locomotive situation and stuff before we moved on. We're kind of pushing the locos about as hard as we could with just what we've been doing, and things aren't going to get easier from here. So stepping up with the Heisler to a bigger loco there to help with the hill on the heavy loads. I'm not sure if it's just going to do cordwood straight up or if it's just going to be there to help with that hill for all loads that are headed in that direction. Boy, that fifth car is definitely making a difference. Yeah, because we've been able to actually run faster up these hills, or up this hill. We've been able to run 22, at least 22, 23 every run, but now this one is definitely choking it down a little bit. So can we get more out if we choke down? Let's see how much more we can bring out of the loco. Yeah, there it's starting to slow down, so we're going to have to be some 40-50%. Not that we want to go much faster around that curve. Anyway, that right there is our dead man's curve. You definitely can pick up too much speed there. That one has claimed its share of victims, as seen in previous runs. Sometimes you can't avoid it. This thing, like, things really start to get moving down here. It'll be interesting to see how the fifth car really gets it going, if it affects much. But this is just a super long grade, you know, really a steady downhill grade is what it is. So you just get to going. And then that curve is so broad and sweeping with the downhill grade that it's pretty easy to pick up speed there. And nowadays, I don't know about everybody else, but once you start getting used to the train moving at 30, 40 miles an hour, it gets awfully hard to get back down to like 20, like where we're chugging at now. It gets to starting to feel pretty slow, so you're like, you know, you don't even think you're going that fast until all of a sudden it is far too late to do anything about it. Alright, we're doing fine. See if we can pick up anything. Yeah, we can go a little faster anyway at 50%. It's taking the power now to actually pull this load, so well, it could do 5, I bet you it could do 6, but then we're probably gonna run out of steam, though. Somewhere around there, we'll start running out of power, so we'll probably keep it at 5, maybe throw a caboose on here or something. And I think we'll call that the Iron Train. 1,500 a load's good enough money for me as far as I'm concerned. Not in a super hurry to push things through, like I've said with this layout. It's more about, you know, having fun, enjoying the runs. This long sweeping bridge, really happy with it. Just looks good. I just like the way it looks. I don't know. That's probably one of my favorite bridges I've ever had in the game. Empty track here. The same thing with the one up here. I just like the look of them. So there you go. That's what this layout is, more so than anything. Cruising right along. Do have to say, I've always been a fan of the Cook Mogul. Looks great, nice and simple. Dig it. The mini beast. Now it's like the 3-door wonder. I don't know. Totally missing the door. I have to figure out how one gets the door back. Maybe I'll nail some wood. I don't know. I don't think we can put props across there because I don't think they'll stick with the loco. So I was gonna say, otherwise we'll just nail some wood on there and call it a day. But air conditioning of the day. It's working fine. Again, I didn't see the door laying back there where we crashed, so the door definitely didn't come off. There we go. Let's look at the long, swooping bridge. Just like the look of it. Good look, nice feel. Blends in nice. Just pretty happy with it. Alright, heading into the mine. So this should be good. This has all been working out nice. No, there you go. Good look at the telegraph booth. All nice and right up high, but it looks like it kind of just stacks into the mine, so that's cool. We appreciate that. That's a check out the wood stocks up here. Alright, coming to a rest at the mine is the plan. Try to remember that. Yeah, there we go, down to 5 on the beams and 0 looks like on the lumber, so that's gonna be a thing. There we go. Boom, boom. Let's get this bad boy loaded up. Not waste any time. Go. 1 down, 4 to go. That's the one nice thing about keeping the trains to a decent size, really, is it's so much more convenient to load them. Would be nice if we could load multiple cars at a time, but I get it, it's kind of a pain. And this might be somebody's favorite part of the game too, so I shouldn't say anything. I think I got 1 extra there, but this might be somebody's favorite part of the game, loading iron ore, so I guess I shouldn't say we should speed up the process, because that person's probably like, no! I'm not sure who that is, but I'm sure somebody out there. Alright, here we go. That should get the job done. Could probably just turn them both down and just pull the cars forward. I mean, how much could you possibly spill? 1 or 2 maybe in between the cars? Couldn't be that bad. I'm not sure. I've never tried that though. So usually this stuff's pretty precious, but how bad could, how much could you possibly waste? And at the end of the day, you get paid for filling it back up, so even if you do dump it on the ground, it's not that big a deal. It's like when you first start playing, you don't want to drop anything. You're like, ah! But after a while, I suppose it's probably not really that big a deal. Alright, 1 more car to go, and this thing is full. Can't say I'd complain if we had an auto load option. I don't know if I'd use it, but probably. We could just pull up and have it loaded. Of course, if I had to wait for it, I don't know. I guess I'd rather just turn around and get it full and get out of here than turn around and wait for it. Alright. Bam! There we go. We are loaded up and down. Let's not go crazy because we're on the sharp. But everything has plenty of room. So the cars aren't even close to buckling at this point. So, really, I think this was like 36 or something is what this came out at. Something like that, if I remember right. I have to go back and check the video, but I think at 36. So at 36, things haul through here nice and smooth. It is definitely one advantage to having the Cook Mogul is, it handles, especially at lower speeds, it handles turns just fine, no worries. Alright, start creeping this thing up just a touch. There we go. There we go. Later, Mr. Mine. That's going to take all of our stock up there, so our next goal will be Tier 2. We're going to try to keep everything backfilled this time instead of just running absolutely dry, and then we end up with this crazy logistics chain behind us. That's going to be part of the problem with this coal, is that, but now we could theoretically, with the Heisler out, I suppose, we could buy another set of coal cars like this and then just run 2 trains. Maybe double some of the line and start just running 2 iron trains, excuse me, iron coal. I know I go between the 2 when it comes to the hoppers, but, we need a brake situation here. Is that going to do it, or is that going to take too much off? We'll just see what we get at 9. Let it ride. Yeah, it's killing our speed. Nope. There we go. See if it gets it. Just now we're going to start flattening it out. We'll need more speed anyway. This part we should be able to let run. See if we can actually make it down this without breaking something this time, losing another door. Have a slight uphill here. So there we'll chop the brake, and then once we get to the bridge, if you on the bridge, you better get off it. This ain't the time. Alright. We'll set that as we hit the downhill. Yeah, hopefully that'll keep us decent for the run down. So run for the railroad. Off the bridge. We're gonna need a little more brake before we get up to Dead Man's Curve here, though. That ain't gonna work. We're going over 25, we'll be toast. At least with this loco, this right here is pushing it. Let's see if we can ride. 10% brake. Once we hit some curves here, that should shed a little bit of speed, maybe. We'll just have to see. As long as we keep it in here, we're going to be good for this curve. If we get much going any much faster, and we are in trouble. That's what we know. Alright, warning to chipmunks, raccoons, and everything else. Look out. I wonder how we did lose the door. This is the only way we could have lost the door is when we crashed down here. And that is the only time this loco has crashed. I don't have the nerve to go through it at 25. 20 felt better. Ah! I don't want to dump it. I'd rather not pick it up. Looking good though. Do you have to say Aurora Falls is great scenery? I do think it's the best looking of the maps for sure. I'm still a sucker for Pine Valley though too. I do like that map quite a bit, but the Aurora Falls I think really brings both of the other maps into favor here in Aurora Falls. I do know that the Aurora Falls map has been giving some people more than others a hard time loading the game though too, so that is a thing for some people. Alright, coming off the chute. And should be able to choke that down. Bump that up. See if we can keep this train moving right along. Back out of some nice ground. Follow right along. Yeah, it's pretty happy with the look of most of this layout. The track really kind of blends in most places. I think a little better than I've done in a lot of cases in the past anyway, so maybe finally figuring out how to do so. Let's look off to the mill. Yep, we're going to be using that one over there. Tier 2, getting fired up. Or is it this one? It might be on this side. Not sure. We do have 2 locos down here. So we're using both yards, actually, that we've built at this point. So one at the sawmill. Not really holding anything up at the logging camp at this point. Though, cordwood train eventually is going to get held up there, at least one, that's for sure. So we'll probably start just moving around some stacks of cars soon. And maybe not quite as many logos. I'm not totally sure what. Don't have an overall plan. Just kind of winging it, trying to pick up as many locos as we can. You know, there's always that cost for what you get, balancing act that you're playing all the time, I guess, in the game. We know that we're going to have some steep hills, and going up to the coal mine, we definitely want to be able to haul hoppers. I mean, I'm okay doing 5 iron hoppers. The coal pays a little less, and you definitely have to run a heck of a lot more of it nowadays. So as we're approaching tier 7, I think, yeah, that's not in the far off distant future that we will be stepping up to the big, hopefully we can get to the big cars by the time, hopefully we can get to the big cars is the line of thinking, before we really start needing coal for a heck of a lot. Uh-oh, we're running out of fire. Did we get it in there fast enough? Tell me we got it in there soon enough. Everything's gonna keep going. Yeah, looks like we're good. We still got heat in the water. Furnace is going back up, so we should be good. Firebox, excuse me. Furnace. Firebox. God. Firebox is picking back up, so that's good. I don't think we'll lose. We are losing. Are we losing? What are we losing? I think we're just pulling. We're not really losing anything. See if we can accelerate it all. Nope, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not looking to accelerate. Yeah, it might be all that much more. We might be able to get one more car in it, but I think we're doing all right at 5. To be honest, so that seems to be working the train. Our temps are all up, water is fire, everything's good, and that's about pulling as hard as it seems to want to pull. At least on that section. Now we might be able to get back a little more. This is a little flatter. That mountain section right there is about the steepest thing on the climb up here to the depot. So once we get up past that, we can generally go for a little bit more speed. Yeah, here we go. Especially up past the bridges. We don't even start braking on the downhill until the second bridge. So this one is, once you're here, you're kind of in the flat, good to go zone. Just have to respect the depot there. Yeah, see, anything under 50 is actually slowing us down though, so we're just taking some power to pull the 5. So that's about what it is. Really, if you're going to keep it comfortable and keep it safe, you know, quick mogul 5 on this run. I do think that probably gets out about 3.5%, 4% coming up this hill back there. Not that I'm messing with the line much. Happy with the line. We'll work around it with locos. If we have to, we'll go bigger. We'll get extra. Whatever the case may be. We just want the line to look and feel the way we want it to look and feel. That's kind of the idea with this one. Like the way this looks, where it's short out one side, kind of sloughed off the other. Just kind of gives a cool feel. Things like that, you know, that we're trying to keep in the rail, give it a natural feel. Alright. Shot that. There, definitely getting used to running with the sticky brakes. So, like I said, when that gets fixed, that will be an adjustment period. We're gonna have to go back to getting used to the legit brake feel. Should still be doing good on the tinder on this one. This one holds quite a bit, so don't anticipate having to fill it up anytime soon. There we go. Now we can bust it wide open. Just about gonna triple our money on this run, it looks like. So it'll be good. This really gonna be the first, you know, real nice payday. Don't get me wrong, 1,200 is nice. 1,500, that's kind of where I look at, like, all right, finally getting paid to do a load. So nice to get there. Iron ore always been one of my favorites to get to. Always been my first, you know, big cash. I think you rush until you get to this point. Once you get to this point, you kind of have enough industries and enough things going on. You can get a couple variations in the locos and the stock stuff like that. That, like, you know, you kind of start having your little railroad going on. So, well, expansion is always nice. At this point in the game, I never feel like I'm rushed. I feel like I definitely have enough going on. I mean, 4 or 8 of us can play the game at this point and have, you know, 4 locos running with crews and whatnot, so it's just kind of nice. There we go. There should be plenty of speed to get us up to the boards there and up to our payday. Dump a little bit of speed here. Probably dumped a little too much speed. Probably because we're still dragging the brake, actually. You're probably fine. Just dragging the brake. Alright, everything is still hooked up after that. The Jetsons train is just capable of stopping instantaneously. Alright, not the greatest. There we go, that should work. Let's make sure we're getting paid. This, we need the money. That's for sure. We're good to go over there, right? Probably tell me that first one is straight. Yeah, the switch is fine. We're gonna roll in slow. There, we already doubled our money, so that's cool. Do have to say, I like the holding here and the way that it works. It's just kind of nice having everything in the center. It's kind of like a, I don't know, I think New York Central or something out of the area that was kind of like that. It's kind of the original thinking behind it. They definitely had a lot more lanes in theirs and a lot more use for a heck of a lot more storage. We don't, so let's just get away with being small time with that kind of design behind it. But it works nice. Oh, come on. I'm willing to risk it at this point. Well, that's good enough. Yep, we're getting paid. That's all we needed. And the train actually just totally came to a stop. That's totally cool. There we go. 2140. So that's going to give us plenty to turn around and fill in the rest of our rolling stock. Everything full there. We got cordwood there, so we're just kind of working on the pile here. Coal is definitely going to be our next target. Still haven't decided the route, though. Can't decide whether I want to try to push up this way or come around the valley way. So that's kind of the delay in why we haven't moved forward there. But we also have the iron ore pile that, like, quite frankly, it'd be nice to get some more ore in the pile, if you will, before we start pulling out. It's nice, like the cordwood here. You can see we got full, which is what gave us the money for the Heisler. So just kind of really trying to keep things nice and full this time and almost never get this thing all the way full. But then, I don't know, 20 loads or something now that we have 5 cars to get this thing full is quite a bit. So who knows? Probably never get through all of those as I want to. But it does alleviate us from having to run cordwood, though. I was so tired of running cordwood that we got down here, it was full, was like, okay, I have enough money to buy a bigger loco for it, and then realized, like, it's full. So until we pull stuff out of here, we don't even really need the bigger loco for running cordwood, but we definitely need more rolling stock for when we have to do that, because as soon as you start taking stuff out of here, that cordwood just starts flying out the window. We know that. I mean, you burn that stuff about as fast as you can get it here. So trying to get things in place for that is kind of the line of thinking there. But that's just kind of where we're at, what we're doing, and another day on the railroad. But I think with that, we're going to call it a win. Say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.